Wow, sorry about that. Give me one moment. Doing the postings. You know, all the usual fun stuff. There it is. Alright, I'll open the Twitch app shortly so I can follow along with chat. Whoa, whoops. Oh, I almost signed out. Oops, don't want to do that. What's going on, everybody? Mobius Y here. It's Tuesday. It's Stellaris Console Edition night. So is Friday. Huh. Convenient. But this night is single-player night, so we're going to get back to the Blorg. Haven't really gotten caught up in what I was planning to do in the last chapter from a week ago. I have been, what's the word I'm looking for? Preoccupied with other stuff. A lot of it Stellaris related. Do we have a source of Aurelium ore? No, I should just build a research station around this asteroid to get that Aurelium ore, I think. But it's explosive weapon damage. Whatever. Could use it for trading. Alright, so we're back with the Blorg. And something is very wrong. With me, apparently. Oh, you're down in Bishopdramar, so never mind. Alright, you can do this. There you go. Alright, what were we planning to do? We have a new Ascension perk that we can utilize. But I think we're waiting. We were waiting to be able to get one of the megastructure things, right? Probably. That's my guess. Because we definitely don't have mega engineering yet. If I recall right. Whoa, there we go. Flak artillery, yeah. Researched, yeah, we just did Giga Cannon. We've got Stormfire cannons. Corps of Engineers is good. Okay. Kinetic Artillery. So that's 3 Mega Cannon, 4 Impulse Thrusters, 5 Mineral Isolation, that's 6 Kinetic Batteries, 7 Gauss Cannons, 8 Superfluid Materials, 9, and I think Battleships, 10. Yeah, okay, so we do have enough technologies, and there's 0 point right there, too. 0 point power. We do have enough technologies, I believe, Tier 4 technologies in the engineering tree researched, so that mega engineering could pop up. But it hasn't yet, which is fine. Yeah, no problem. Of course. Sorry about that. Just gonna turn down the thermostat a little bit. Let's unpause the game. Get things rolling. Alright. Where is the second strike force? We want to take on the Dimensional Horror. That's a given. What do we have? We have 4 battleships, 8 cruisers, 12 destroyers. Alright. If we are taking on... Rivalry. Okay. If we are taking on a Leviathan, we don't necessarily need certain things like point defense and whatnot. Alright, let's upgrade these. We have the minerals. We have a lot of minerals. Alright, and then we might as well go ahead and do this one next. slap a power plant down. Now, I really want mega engineering so that we can get some mega structures, like a science nexus. At least one science nexus would be fantastic, because we don't really have many worlds dedicated to science outside of Blorg, which is our capital world. It's generating a decent amount of science, and Psionic science is generating a fair amount of science, as the name suggests. Thankfully. Spaceport's almost done here. Good. What should I build on that, Bistramar? Looks like everything else has an orbital hydroponics farm, so we'll go with that. Still don't know what the heck I want to put on everything. Engineering Bay, Fleet Academy. Now, how much longer for terraforming this? Oh, we still got a while, so yeah, that's fine. Plus 10% minerals, plus 10% happiness. Alright, cool. There is a happiness penalty, though, because we are terraforming. That's okay. So for those of you who have not noticed, on my YouTube I released the first in a playlist of videos, so basically a series, an ongoing series of videos where I go over the mechanics of Stellaris Console Edition. What do we got here? Star charts? No. Plasma cannons? Okay. Let's get arc emitters would be okay. Yeah, let's get arc emitters. Get those out of the way. Where I go over the mechanics. Today's video was about influence because it's one of the most frustrating aspects of the game for new players. It's the one where I see a lot of new players go, I'm struggling with influence, I don't understand it, and just, you know, losing their shit. So construction complete. When I was making these videos, I decided, you know what, this will be the first one. So I went with it. And I like to think I did an okay job. There's others scheduled to come out at future times. Most of the ones for now are just covering the basic resources within the game. Oh, I want to use jump drives. I should use jump drives. Hell yeah. Jump drive. Oops. Oh, what am I doing? Irresistible class destroyer. Seems legit. System survey complete. No, wrong thing. There we go. Speaking of which, so all broadside cruiser, that's what I want. Picket ship stern on destroyers. Okay, don't know why I'm doing that. And then battleship, lots of guns. So we're going to change the destroyer design in just a second here. Because when we're taking on the dimensional horror, or, you know, most anything else for that matter, we do not need point defense. Alright, let's save that construction ship design. The science ship, similar thing. Let's throw on the jump drive. We're not going to bother upgrading our science ships anytime soon, though, because they're out exploring, which is what we want. Huh. Okay, and then I wonder if we should bother upgrading the transport and colony ships. Transport ships, I think so, maybe. Yeah. Yeah. System survey complete. There, we'll leave it at that. Okay. Anyways, so there definitely will be videos coming out for that particular playlist. I've already got some lined up, scheduled them for the next few weeks here. And with the scheduling the way it is right now, I've got videos on my YouTube that will be going public over the next little bit. And what the... Okay. It's waiting because it's on the bottom of the pile of things to do, obviously. Duh. There's will to power again. We could totally get that. Let's grab it. It's going to be a long one, and that's fine. Flak artillery, we want that. There it is! Mega engineering! All right! We did it, boys! Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you mega engineering. So let's activate that again. Yeah. Domination. Here we go. Let's take... do we have any tributaries? I don't think so. Let's just get Star-Lords because I know we have some vassals, so we'll increase their opinion of us by a little bit. Very good. Alright, Vassal Gather Mines. What are you doing? No, get out of here. Damn it. Natural engineers and industrious for traits. Alright. They're going to hate this place, though, because it's going to be a tropical world before too much longer. Ay. Alright. Well, if we're doing mines here, we need to find a spot to drop a mineral silo. Terraform. Still a long time for terraforming to finish up. So we'll have to hold off on the mineral silo for now because we want to put it right here where this active volcano is. So that these two tiles to the above and to the left of the the capital, the planetary capital, will get the adjacent bonuses from both the mineral silo and the planetary capital. And then, of course, the mineral silo will also give bonuses to this one up here where the mountain range is, and this one here where the growing Vitricious pop is. 121 growth per month, 0.4 growth per month. Brilliant. System survey this totally slowed down the growth speed of the Blorg pop, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Not a happy camper. And that's why I don't usually bother with migration treaters. Migration treaties. Wow, talking is hard. This is already a continental world, but we totally want to terraform it. We don't have a Gaia creation, so let's just say screw it. Got a tropical world. Yeah. System survey complete. Alright, second strike force. Want you guys to go get upgraded? Oh, shoot. You know what I forgot to do is destroyer ship design, getting rid of the picket ship stern. Duh. I knew I forgot something. Okay, we could, let's see, we could do a gunship stern with the single medium slot. I think that's what we'll do. For dealing with the Leviathans, I'd say that's better. Do we want to start using plasma cannons instead of lasers on everything? I think so. We'll start going plasma. Shields and shields, baby. Alright, plasma. Very good. Just as much energy as gamma lasers right now. Do we have torpedoes yet? Neutron torpedoes, I should say. We should. Yeah, of course we do. But don't want to use torpedoes. Not if I build some corvettes. I want them outfitted appropriately for taking on Leviathans and the like. Alrighty. As cool as it looks to have a whole bunch of gamma lasers, methinks plasma would just be more effective at this point. I do like the look of these cruisers, though, I will admit. This front end looks interesting. Can't put my finger on it, but it reminds me of something. Anyways, we had some people in chat. Matt Morals, Morgan Freeman, Snapcrackle Glock, Jabez the Gold. Good to see you guys again. Thanks for coming by tonight. Sorry about that. Meanford Power, we have lost somebody working that power plant. That is very disheartening. Did they migrate here? No, they did not. Alright, that's fine. Here's a question. We have all 5 art monuments, right? We should. Yes, of course we do. Here's another thing that we should check on. Can we breach the shroud? Yes, we can. Boop.
System survey complete.
In one of the lower planes of the shroud, we encounter a spirit that has ensconced itself behind some kind of powerful psionic shield. Leave! Medium probability of success. Let's go for it. We did not venture this deep into the shroud only to be turned back now. After channeling all of their psionic might, our telepaths were able to form a breach in the shield large enough for some of them to peer through. We do not know what those telepaths saw on the other side of the shield, but it was enough to permanently unhinge their minds. Their sacrifice was not in vain, however, as the act of breaching the shield taught us how to generate a similar force field. If the technique can be refined, we may be able to form psionic shields large enough to encompass entire starships. Tech research option gained. Psionic shields. These are the most powerful shields in the game. I have never gotten them before. So this is pretty sweet. After, look at that, it's right there, psionic shields. And so a single thing of large psionic shields has 600 shield hit points and 8.6 shields regenerated per second. Let's take a look at, well, this won't do because we only have regular large shields. I think hyper shields are only about 400 for a single thing of large. We'll find out later, but, oh man, I am quite happy. This is, I'm not joking, this is the first time I've ever gotten psionic shields, partially because I don't play as spiritual, or have not played as spiritualist and psionically ascended that much over the months, but yeah, this is really cool. I'm looking forward to what we can make of this. So I need to upgrade this last power plant for Bistramar power. Can I upgrade the planetary capital yet? No. This is taking forever. Still got about 5 years before we can do that. 1,500 days, about 5 years. Not to forgive me, I'm actually a little, I'm actually quite excited now. Let's go ahead and upgrade these ships again really quickly. It's mostly just the destroyers that are being upgraded.
Construction complete. Ships upgraded.
So in our few ventures into the Shroud, we got a Psionic Avatar, the ship kind. We got a wicked technology. We got Psionic Shields. What else can we get this game, I wonder? Alright, you are supposed to be technologically enlightening. As are you.
System survey complete.
0.2 per month. Fantastic. 0.3 per month. Those are going to take a long time. Alright, so yeah, we still got a while before the terraforming is done. I really want to rename this second strike force. Let's rename them. We're going to name them the Psychotic Biotics. A little bit irrelevant of a term in Stellaris, but if you've played Mass Effect, the series, not the game, then more power to you for getting the reference.
System survey complete.
So things are looking good. We got mega engineering on the way. We've got a sweet new technology from breaching the Shroud. Our empire is going to be expanding because we've got these new colonies to really help out with our overall production. We can finally upgrade these hydroponics farms too. Yeah, whatever. We've got the minerals. Why not?
System survey complete.
Now, what do we need on Rasselgathi Mines? We need a Paradise Dome down here, which... I'd rather put it over here where this massive glacier is, because I want to use the adjacency bonus from the Capitol building to increase the production of minerals right there. Hang on, let's cancel this. Do we have a leader? Yes, we do. You're going to come over here. And we're going to do infrastructure projects. There it is. And this greatly reduced the cost and increased the build time, which is what I wanted. Good. Down to about 4 years before that's done. That's fine. I think it's going to be a while still before we get the next Ascension perk. Because, yeah, 32 months for the next tradition. So we're a little ways away from the 6th Ascension perk. And I would very much like to get Master Builders to increase the speed of building our megastructures. And then after that, Defender of the Galaxy. Absolutely.
System survey complete.
Got to start getting ready for those endgame crises showing up. I just realized we have not gotten the Ascension Theory technology because we only have 5. We only have 5 Ascension perks unlocked and we only have 5 completed traditions. Interesting. We also have another colony ready to go here. Not a great colony, but a pretty decent one. 21 tiles. Once it's done terraforming, which is actually going to be fairly quickly here. It's another colony ready to go, and it'll be another mineral colony. Because we're going to be pumping out some megastructures. No need for any more energy colonies. No need for any more science colonies. We're just going to be building science nexuses and Dyson spheres.
Research complete.
All right.
Construction
Our committer's is
complete.
done. Now we can get Psionic Shields. Wow, 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 wow. Do we have a scientist that is specializing in psionics right now? No. Do we have a can we get a scientist? Sentient AI assistant. There's 2 of them with that. Oh, hell yes. We're going to get both of them. So let's... yeah, definitely. Let's get this person here. And then let's get this person down here. Rock on. All right. Hi, I asked you a question on YouTube on the last bit of the series and replied that you would rather do it live. I asked about battleship builds. Is it better to range or bomber or use both? Also, are the Amoeba Strike Craft better than the normal ones? Yeah, I didn't I have an answer for you, sort of. I should say had, but I didn't want to write out a giant ass YouTube comment. I hope you're understanding with that. Gooseman, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you again. Thanks for coming. Let's see here. Oh, okay. So I can get the Heritage Site now. Still can't get the Frontier Hospital. I would like the Paradise Dome. Will to Power. Tomb World Adaptation. We're not on any Tomb Worlds, though, so let's just get Reactive Formations. Maybe we can re-roll some better technology options. So once we're done Mega Engineering, I'm going to change to Physics Research Grants, and that will increase the speed that we get those size shields. Just give me one sec, Jabez. I'm going to be right back. Give me 2 minutes. I don't normally do this. In fact, I don't think I've ever done it. Just give me 2 minutes, and I'll be right back, and I will answer your question for you. Don't know if that was actually 2 minutes, but it was time away, and I'm not happy about that. I try not to step away from doing stuff during the stream because I don't edit this stuff. I just download the video, render it into a... Wow, I need another power plant over there? Oh, okay. Render it, do practically no editing, and upload it straight to YouTube. So whenever I walk away and there's a pause like that, it transposes over to the YouTube video. And there's nothing more boring in a YouTube video than when you're watching for 2 minutes and nothing happens, and then you're just like, man, I'm fucking bored. I'm gonna go watch something else. So, not a fan.
Complete.
Okay. A new species. Many of the Blorg inhabitants on Rasselgething mines have turned to genetic modification to help them cope with the planet's hostile environment. Blah, 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 blah. Blorg illustratum. Okay. So what has this changed? What the? Rapid breeders, enduring, natural engineers. What? What? But they're wasteful. Well. We'll just get rid of that one. And what else can we give him? I don't know. What can we give him? I don't know. I'm not going to bother with it. Never mind. Oops.
Research complete.
Let's grab this. I need the Fleet Academy. Oh man, this is aggravating. No problems all day, and then it's like an allergy attack as soon as I start streaming. Unreal. This is aggravating. Okay, let's go ahead and talk. Whoa, what the hell? Sorry about that. My mic got tangled around the little headset cord. Okay, we're going to go ahead and talk about Battleship Designs. So I don't have everything unlocked right now, obviously. So I'll just be using a couple things as kind of like placeholders indicating what you could do, you know, for like max level shields and stuff like that. Okay, so when you first get battleships, it's probably gonna look kind of like this. You might have like intermediate combat computers, let's just say hyperdrive 2, probably at least ion thrusters, and then those sensors. So a decent starting battleship. Sorry. I think a decent starting battleship is you just throw on broadside bow, broadside core, and then either artillery or broadside stern, whichever one you kind of prefer. I personally like broadside stern because more guns, plus they're smaller guns. By the time you get battleships, you might be ahead of the curve against other people, against other empires. They might still have more like destroyers and corvettes in their fleets when you go to the war with them. So let's go show obsolete. So by the time you get these, maybe like UV lasers or something. Let's say you got a bunch of UV lasers. So I like to just this is a lot of this is just, you know, what I like to do. By the time I get battleships early on, I probably don't have any additional things here. And then you've got like antimatter, or you by the time I have battleships, 95% of the time I have 0-point reactors. Occasionally I only have antimatter reactors. Not very often, but occasionally. So like a very kind of balanced setup. When your reactors are way better than your shields. You know, just you slap on a boatload of shields. Armor works too if you have decent armor, but I would only recommend that if you actually have like a decent armor level, like 3 or 4 even. But you know, a setup like this, you know, you could change it out where 2 of these shields over here are things of armor. So I only have the grade 1 nano composite armor, which is awful. So I'll throw a bunch of this stuff on. You know, this is a pretty decent starting battleship because you can still use it to attack things like pirate fleets, or start to stack these up in your fleet when you're, you know, readying up to take down a Leviathan like the Dreadnought or something like that. Although against the Dreadnought, I would definitely recommend either kinetics or slap on more disruptors, because the Dreadnought has a lot of shields. So yeah, putting those on your battleship would work as well. Probably just let's do like advanced railguns maybe by then. But anyways, with that out of the way, I'm going to say that after you start to get like the high end, the top end weapons like Stormfire autocannon, Gauss cannon, plasma cannon, gamma laser, the various other things too, kinetic battery, that kind of stuff. Where is it? Yeah, kinetic artillery. There we go. You know, like when you're about our point in the game, this is when you want to start definitely building your battleships to be much bigger powerhouses. So in this instance, by now, once you have a spinal mount, there's no real reason not to use a spinal mount. Giga Cannon is quite good. It's very good all around kind of spinal mount. Tachyon Lance, you sacrifice a bit of range from the Giga Cannon for a lot more anti-armor and a mild penalty in damage to shields. The reason why I like the Tachyon Lance, I've gone over this several times, I love that 90% armor ignore. So any ship that is de-shielded and gets shot at and hit by a Tachyon Lance, almost all of that damage goes straight to their total hull points. So, you know, enemy ships that have been stripped of shields, they die faster, is how it is. And these combine really, really, really well with neutron torpedo corvettes. That's a big reason why I recommend them. Because the corvettes swoop in, and even after your initial volleys of Tachyon Lances from your battleships, your corvettes swoop in, and you can even have cruisers with neutron torpedoes. Cruisers are very good with neutron torpedoes as well. Your cruisers are often ahead of the pack, kind of acting as a forward screen to tank some shots when the battle first engages, and the corvettes swoop in like right behind them and then get in people's faces after the cruisers are already in range shooting their guns. Usually the corvettes come in just after that, so having cruisers and corvettes with neutron torpedoes to take out shields very effectively, very quickly, just lines them up to get blasted by Tachyon Lances and take them down. Yeah, I know I've been online for 2 hours. Go away. Stupid little alert. So this will destroy ships outright very easily. The Giga Cannon obviously does that pretty well too, with the 50% armor ignore plus the additional 33% shield damage. So it's a good all-around balanced kind of spinal mount. Now the Arc Emitter ignores 100% of armor, ignores 100% of shields, but its minimum damage is 1. Its maximum damage is 184, which is not nearly as high as the max damage on either the Tachyon Lance at 331 or the Giga Cannon at 350. So the Arc Emitter will never do as much damage as these other things, but it ignores 100% of armor and shields. So if you're going up against, you know, like a Fallen Empire, for example, Arc Emitters are actually really good against Fallen Empires. Arc Emitters are really good against the Unbidden, the endgame Crisis, because the Unbidden have a crap ton of shields on their ship, so you could throw in an Arc Emitter. But it's largely up to personal preference and how you outfit the rest of your fleet. If your other ship designs are fairly balanced as well, then just, you know, slap on a Giga Cannon. That's nice and balanced as well. So I'm just going to do a tachyon lance. Now, what I like to do... What am I doing? Cancel. Don't save that. I thought I was making a new battleship thing. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I screwed up. Anyways, so let's get back to that. So before you get a spinal mount, you'd probably still want to do like a broadside bow. Don't get me wrong, an artillery bow is quite nice with the extra 2 large things, so you can throw on 2 more large kinetic artillery or 2 more large plasma cannons, which are also quite good. 80 range, they ignore 90% of armor, only 20% damage to shields. They have very poor accuracy and tracking compared to a lot of other weapons. It's still not as bad as kinetic artillery though. Amazingly, Gauss cannons actually have low accuracy and tracking in the large variety. That actually was mildly unexpected. But anyways, so you could go with an artillery bow if you so chose, but I would say until you get a spinal mount bow, just take a broadside because you still get one large slot to throw in a big gun that hits at range, and then you got a medium slot, which is a good all-around thing, and then you get the 2 small slots to deal with little pesky things like enemy corvettes and destroyers. If you're facing off against an enemy that you're out-teching and they still have lots of corvettes and destroyers, this little small weapon slots will come in very handy. They'll also come in very handy against various neutral parties still, like ancient mining drones and the like, and like space amoeba, for example. So you could go with that. As far as throwing on strike craft, it's kind of, I don't know. How do I sum that up? Hangar bow, carrier core, broadside, stern. This is overkill on defensive. On this could be like a carrier kind of setup where you totally overdo it on the defensive side as well, because you got 3 medium slots where you can throw on 3 flak artillery. You have 4 point defense. So these will shoot down most of the missiles and enemy strike craft that are coming after you, or coming after your carrier. So you could throw on 3 advanced bomber wings, or 3 bomber wings, I should say. And that leaves 2 small weapon slots for you to throw on. These will help deal with things that getting close, like corvettes, for example. If there's any enemy ships that get in close to your battleship. I don't really know if this is a terribly great setup, to be totally honest. I'll show you, tell you what. How about I just show you a couple setups that I've done in the end game against like the Praetorian Scourge or Awakened Empires. Let's see. I would say against the Scourge, against the Praetorians specifically, and just pretend that these nanocomposite armors are actually like neutronium, for example. And then here, in these 2 slots, you throw on regenerating hull tissue and or crystal forged plating to increase the HP. Something like that is pretty dang good against the Scourge, because you have these small weapon mounts that shoot the smaller Scourge swarmers. You have the tachyon lances, which are your ranged attack. These will do a butt ton of damage before most of their weapons get in range. Your bombers are actually very effective. 2 squadrons per carrier, and then your 2 things of point defense and your 2 things of flak artillery are very good at shooting down the Scourge strike craft and missiles, because the Scourge does use quite a bit of strike craft and missiles, and both of these will help defend your battleship quite well against them. Another way you could do it is by changing it, if you want to go totally balls deep with the flak artillery. Oops, not that. There you go. 6 flak artillery with a bomber wing still as kind of cleanup, mop up, and you've still got your tachyon lance to hit them from afar up close. I don't think this is a terribly good setup, to be totally honest, because you have no real short range weapons. to deal with the swarmlings and any remaining larger Prothoran once they close the distance and getting close enough to use weapons. You just have 6 flak artillery to shoot down billions of strike craft and missiles and whatnot. That's about it. So I'd definitely probably change this to plasma cannon, because the Scourge does not have shields. They only have armor, so plasma. Use plasma against the Prothoran Scourge. That's a given. So, I mean, this isn't too bad of a setup. You still have 4 things. You still have 4 slots to shoot down incoming missiles and weapons. And because they're flak artillery, they have a much longer range than point defense. And it's area damage. So if there's a cluster of missiles coming in, they'll take them out much more effectively, as a matter of fact. And obviously, all these large slots down here would be 0-point reactors. So, I mean, that's a decent setup against the Scourge as well. Against the Unbidden, like I said, arc emitters, you can even go Giga Cannons because of their shield damage bonus, but arc emitters are actually quite good. Focused arc emitters, specifically, are quite good against the Unbidden because they bypass their shields and their armor 100%. And the arc emitter still has a good range of 100. So it will mostly outrange it. As far as throwing in stuff in the middle, that's a bit tougher. Probably still go with a carrier core, throw in the 2-point defense, throw in the 2 flak artillery on the broadside stern, and then you put 2... well, this is tough. 2 small slots, probably just disruptors. Then you get your bomber wings. Again, 2 bomber wings is okay. So, this, well, you could just use this against like a shield-heavy enemy, I suppose. I don't really know. But let's see, what's another one that you could set up? You could do like I showed earlier, like an all-carrier, a heavy on the carrier kind of stuff, where you use lots of. You still use lots of bomber wings, but you don't go so crazy with like the flak artillery and whatnot, because 4-point defense is pretty good. So you could even throw on, say, a fighter wing, 2 bomber wings, because the fighter wing will go after enemy strike craft and missiles. So something else to help with your point defense, and that just leaves you more room to slot in more weapons. And then you could on the 2 small and the medium slots, you put in plasma, or you say you put in your Gauss cannons or your Stormfire cannons or whatever you're using, and you could go with that. And then again, just balance out your defenses depending on what you're going against. But a pretty even setup is 2 slots of shields, 2 slots of armor, 6 slots of power to power everything, and then on the rear you throw in an artillery stern. If you're using kinetics, throw in a kinetic artillery. If you're using energy, you could throw in another large plasma cannon. And this is still a pretty decent long-range weapon to hit from afar. But yeah, honestly, I feel like it is. I feel like it's effective to do a bit of a mix where you have a spinal mount weapon, a carrier core, and then a broadside stern. With 2 flak artillery. I'd say this is actually really, really, really balanced. It's obviously very effective against the Scourge. And it's very easy to tailor this a little bit more so that it's specifically designed to counter the Scourge. But this setup right here, for example, is actually quite balanced. You got 2-point defense, 2 flak artillery for defenses to shoot down enemies. You got the tachyon lance for the ranged strikes, big damage from big range. You got the 2 bombers to close in and just do mop up once the battle gets a lot closer. And as that battle gets closer too, again you have the dual small plasma cannons, which are pretty good accuracy and tracking, and still do quite a decent amount of damage, especially with their high armor ignore. So that's pretty decent. Of course, you could change this to an artillery stern, throw in a large plasma cannon on the back if you want more pew pew. That works too. This right here is pretty balanced, but like I said, if it's a simple change to have it more effective against the Scourge, just throw on more armor and change these to you know, regenerative hull tissue or crystal infused plating, or sorry, crystal forged plating would be preferable. That's the red one, not the blue one. You know, stuff like that. I've always had good success with more of a mix, with a spinal mount and then a carrier core, and then the stern. You either do broadside if you want some more defenses. If you have to deal with more enemy strike craft or missiles, definitely broadside stern. Throw on 2 flak artillery that they help out your point defense. If you're not worried about that nearly as much, or you don't have to worry about it at all, artillery stern. Throw on kinetic artillery. Throw on a large plasma cannon. You know, whatever tickles your fancy. And this is actually a really it's really effective all around kind of setup. Obviously, you won't want the carrier core if you don't have to deal with enemy missiles in particular, because then the point defense is very ineffective. In that case, you could go with a hangar core. If you're still dealing with enemy strike craft, you still have the medium slots, 4 medium slots, so you could throw on flak artillery. Hell, you could throw on 4 flak artillery if you still wanted. Keep the 1 advanced bomber wing, and then, you know, do 1, 2, 3, or 4 flak artillery if you so choose, but fill up those medium slots with either weapons or flak artillery. Throw on a bomber wing, and again, this is still a pretty effective, balanced kind of setup, and you can easily tailor it and tweak it so that you outfit your weapons for more you know, anti-missile kind of stuff, or sorry, anti-strike craft kind of stuff. You know, throw on 2 more flak artillery if you so choose. Change your defenses so that it's like, oh, they're going heavy on lasers and plasma, so throw on some more shields, and use shield capacitors, obviously, so on and so forth. If you want to go really crazy, let's throw on 6 flak artillery for the sake of being idiots. Nothing's getting through this flak screen. But oh wait, your only weapon is the tachyon lance. So, anyways, I know I'm not directly answering your question. That's because really there isn't. There really isn't one. Like I said, I've had a lot of success with those balanced kind of setups where I still have a couple flak artillery with both the hangar core and the artillery stern, or the carrier core and broadside stern. Either of those actually work out. But, you know, if you're having it set up where you have all this crap, let's say we have an artillery stern with a large plasma cannon, we have some more shields, blah, 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 and we still have a hangar core, but we just slapped on a shitload of guns. It's all plasma. Well, then you probably want to throw in an advanced fighter wing. Because you'll want a fighter wing to shoot down enemy strike craft. Like, obviously, that's pointless if they don't have strike craft to deal with, but if they do, yeah, use a fighter wing. That'll work out. Yeah. As far as the amoeba strike craft, I do believe there was testing extensively done by some PC players a long time ago, and the numbers showed that the amoeba strike craft are pound for pound better than the what was it called? Hey, give me a sec here. Let's go to cruisers really quick. Gonna go to hangar core, and they were pound for pound better than the improved fighter and bomber wings, but not as good as the advanced fighter and bomber wings. So they're kind of in the middle between the level 2 fighters, between the level 2 strike craft and the level 3 strike craft. So if you have amoebas and you don't have level 3 strike craft, you can use the amoebas until you get the level 3 strike craft, and then use the level 3 strike craft. That was my takeaway from those videos. There were several of them, by the way. Anyways, I hope that kind of answered your question, or gave you a pretty decent idea of what you could do. Ship designs are really not my strong point right now, I have to admit, because
System survey.
There's no real one definitive answer, I don't think. Okay, we got our hydroponics farms upgraded. Increased food output for faster growth speeds. Very good. Still 2 years before this terraforming is done. Excuse me. Alright, you know what? I'm done sitting around waiting, so let's go ahead and start building some mining networks. And a mineral processing plant. Definitely want one of those. So let's do the processing plant. Let's put it up here.
Research complete.
There we go, and then we'll do a mining network over here. Okay. There we go. Interstellar fleet traditions, very good. And then we'll do doctrine refit standards because we're changing things out a lot and upgrading and re-upgrading our ships right now a fair bit. Why do I feel like I'm forgetting something? Yeah, whatever. Let's take a look. I just threw on more guns, right? Yeah, so we're okay on the destroyers. It is a deal. Only 1,000 still to be your patron? Alright, that's fine. Now let's talk to one of the curators. Let's talk to these guys. Can you aid us in our research? We would like to purchase this service. 3,000 energy. That's okay. We got a pretty good income of energy. It's not great. Could be better. But it's pretty good. I'll take it. What do we got now? Razelgathi Mines. So let's move you up here. Ploink. You deal with that. Yeah. I think that's about all we can really do right now.
System survey complete.
Mr. Power. One more power plant, and then we can move this guy over here and queue up the next one. Very good. Okay, so we're definitely going to want more ships if we're going to deal with some Leviathans. Not that our ships aren't terribly powerful right now, but, you know. Before that, though, we need to get some things online. Engineering Bay, Fleet Academy, Battleship Assembly Yards. Yes, please. There we go. Okay. Ooh, what's this? We could upgrade all these? Oh, these are all the high... Oh, yeah. Can't believe I forgot about Borchi Foods. Now I feel like a dorky. I made it funny. There we go. So same thing here. We'll do Engineering Bay, Fleet Academy, and Battleship Assembly Yards. Nothing to build here. Alright, that's fine. Engineering Bay, Fleet Academy, Battleship Assembly Yards. And then Borchi Foods already has that. Infant Power, Bashpan Mining, Engineering Bay, Fleet Academy, and Battleship Assembly Yards. And this is just so that all of our spaceports now give additional bonuses to our ships when we build them. The Engineering Bay has it so that ships constructed have minus 5% upkeep, which is pretty nice to help try and stabilize, keep your economy stable. And then those built under the Fleet Academy have plus 5% fire rate, plus 3 chance to hit, which I'm guessing is just plain accuracy, and plus 3 tracking. So an additional 30% to the overall accuracy, and an additional 30% to the overall tracking of the ship itself is actually pretty awesome, and I'll show you why in just a second here. As soon as we finish queuing all of these up. Boop 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 boop. Okay, so we're all queued up. So if you remember earlier, actually I think it was in the last chapter. Thank you. I've been going with 2 different ship layouts, one bomber and the other ranged. I see how your balanced build is better. I'll try it out. I don't think it's better. I just feel like it's a lot of people like to do the two battleship designs where they'll have one as a carrier with the hangar front and the carrier core, and you outfit like 3 squads of bombers and stuff, and you could totally go that route. I would suggest that you do that very defensive oriented kind of setup where every single medium slot you outfit with flak cannons or flak artillery, and then you only have the 2 small weapons available for actual like defense. The rest is point defense and flak artillery and bombers. So you could totally have that setup, but you can also have another battleship which focuses entirely on range and doing big damage against big targets. So you throw on a spinal mount with an artillery core and an artillery stern to just lob a whole bunch of big guns as soon as possible with their big ass range. I can totally understand why people do that if that's what you feel works, because a lot of people do it and it is quite successful. I've done it myself as well. Then you could go that route as well. So let's take a look at this Corvette. 76.3% evasion. This is really starting to irritate me. So, excuse me, 76.3% evasion on this Corvette. Now, we're going to take a look. This is the problem with spinal mount weapons. They have big range, big damage, but really crappy accuracy and tracking. The exception, of course, being the arc emitter. 100% accuracy and 100% tracking. So it never misses. It's just, it sometimes does 1 damage. But the tachyon lance and the Giga Cannon, 85% accuracy, 0% tracking, 90% accuracy, 0% tracking. So that Corvette that we just saw with the 73% evasion, I believe it was, that would drop the actual chance to hit with the tachyon lance down to about 12%. So by building battleships on our Fleet Academy, which has a +3 chance to hit, and I believe that translates to 30% accuracy, and then 30% tracking, that eliminates about 60% of that Corvette's 73% evasion, because you have 73% evasion minus the 30% tracking, which translates to about 43% evasion left over, and then you have 115% accuracy. Well, in theory, maybe it's just a flat 100%, minus 42% remaining evasion for that Corvette setup. So that drops your chance. That drastically increases your chance to hit from a measly friggin' like 12% all the way up to something more like what am I thinking? Like 58%. That is significantly higher. So Fleet Academies are actually quite good. They work very well with all your ships. They're extremely good for when you have like your destroyers set up with a boatload of guns. You have the gunship bow and the interceptor stern, so it has 4 small weapon slots and 1 medium slot, and they have huge, and like all those guns on your destroyers have a huge amount of accuracy. They almost never miss at that point, almost. And then your cruisers with the broadside bow, core, and stern with 6 medium slots, they have really good hit ratios as well, because they just have such high accuracy and tracking. Let's get epigenetic triggers, get that out of the way. Tired of looking at it. But yeah, honestly, I don't want to give a be-all, end-all about, oh, you have to build your ships this way, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, if 2 designs works for you, that's fine too. Like I said, and as I said, you could do battleship. You can have one set up with artillery, or sorry, not artillery. You can have one set up with spinal mount and artillery core. This is the only ship section that allows 3 large weapon slots on anything right now, and then an artillery stern. And now you essentially have 5 big-ass, long-range, hard-hitting guns to really take down enemy battleships. Like, because battleships have crappy evasion, Like you can see this one in the lower left down here. This battleship has 14% evasion. Bad. So the accuracy of this Giga Cannon is still about 76%. The accuracy of these is still about 61%. So yeah, all these big guns are largely to take down, you know, enemy battleships, and they will do a lot of damage to enemy battleships quite quickly because of all these guns. And then you have a second setup with the carriers, like I mentioned, and you could have these guys completely defense oriented, going completely overkill on the defenses, and then just throw on some short range like plasma cannons or something. But yeah, we could take a look here, or you could just do a fighter wing if you wanted. That works too. But if we look at it, we have 3 flak artillery and 4 point defense, plus a wing of fighters to shoot down enemy strike craft and some like torpedoes and missiles. While you still have 2 bomber wings to swoop in and help do damage to enemy ships from afar. And if things get in close, they still have 2 small plasma cannons to help with that, along with the bomber wings to sweep up. So these are much more kind of like defensive posturing. These battleships are much more for defensive posturing. So you got your big guns taking out enemy larger enemy ships, cruisers, battleships. They're just slugging away at those with the large guns and the spinal mounts. And then all this other stuff, you got 2 or even 3 bomber wings per battleship to swoop in and kind of do cleanup. You have 2 small weapons to deal with corvettes that will swarm you, definitely. And you have a boatload of barrier point defense and flak artillery if it's needed. Obviously, you don't want to throw on this much flak artillery if they have, you know, little to no strike craft. If they have some, you could just do... Jeez, now I got the hiccups too. You could just do the 1 fighter wing and then throw on, you know, more weapons. You know, medium weapons are pretty decent for shooting at corvettes as well, as I discussed last week. And they have longer range, so these will help shoot down enemy corvettes that close the gap and swarm as well. So, you know, if that works for you, where you have one design for fighters and 1 design for weapons, you know, that's fine too. You do you. I'm not gonna argue with you otherwise, and if that's effective, then great.
Construction complete.
I like bombers on my battleship. I do too. I don't know if you were here just a little bit ago, but I was basically going over how I like to set up my battleships, you know, 75% of the time, where I've got the spinal mount, and then the center is the carrier core, where I have 2 strike craft wings, and then it also gives me a little bit of defenses with the 2 slots for point defense. And then the back end, I can do either an artillery stern, but I usually do a broadside stern because I can switch. I can put medium weapons on it, or I can just put some more flak artillery to deal with enemy strike craft. Either of those work. And see, I don't know for 1 second that there's going to be, you know, possibly several people that just go, your designs are stupid. You need this. You should do it this way. Blah 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 because it's more effective. Yada yada yada. I don't doubt that'll happen, and it's not going to hurt my feelings if it does, because that's, you know, that's just how it is. Like I said, there is no one set. This is the best way to do it all the time, every time, kind of thing. And that's, you know, part of the reason why I like this game so much. There are certainly things that are more effective than others, but I don't feel that there is one flat out best way to do everything.
Construction complete.
Mr. Power, here we go.
System survey complete.
And actually, while I'm talking about it, with that balanced battleship design, a really good cruiser design, actually. And again, this is not the best. This is just effective. Do a bit of a cross. This is actually a fairly balanced cruiser setup as well, and it goes nicely with your Tachyon Lance battleships. Because what you do is you do the cruiser with the torpedo bow. You have a neutron torpedo launcher on it to shred enemy shields. 2-point defense to shoot down missiles. You've got an advanced bomber wing to help fly in and do lots of direct damage, bypassing enemy shields and doing damage directly to their HP. And then you've got a flak artillery on the broadside stern because it's only the one medium slot. This will help shoot down missiles. So this is like, because your cruisers tend to get ahead of everybody else when the battle starts, they'll get ahead of everybody and start like taking hits and shooting their weapons first before the corvettes start with their swarm stuff. This is actually quite effective because your cruisers are close enough to use the neutron torpedoes and do lots of damage to enemy shields, and any de-shielded enemies can get hit by plasma, which does quite a decent. It'll do a decent amount of damage. Plus, they're small weapons, so it'll help. It'll help hit those pesky enemy corvettes that are going to be swarming. You've got 3 things that act as defense: 2-point defense, 1 flak, and then you've got the bomber wing as well to help swoop in and do cleanup. This will actually, these bomber wings will actually completely darken the skies with their numbers if you also incorporate the full-on carrier battleship design in your fleet. So you'll have a lot of strike craft in the area. But yeah, this setup actually combos quite nicely with that balanced setup that I showed you earlier with the Tachyon Lance, the Tachyon Lance on the front, and then the carrier core with additional 2 more bomber wings and 2 small weapons, and then a broadside stern or an artillery stern, either with more guns or flak artillery for the battleship. But like, bottom line, this actually is a fairly good. It's a very good, very balanced cruiser kind of design. Like I said, a very good, another pretty good one. It's not. I wouldn't say it's as good as the one that I just showed you, but another pretty dang good all-rounder. Like I said, broadside sections all around, and then you got 6 medium guns. These are pretty good at hitting corvettes, and they're big enough where they'll do decent damage per shot against the bigger targets like battle cruisers and the like. So that's not too bad either. All right, enough babbling. Let's get back to playing, eh? We've hardly done anything in the last half hour, I want to say. I hope these guys don't like being here once the terraforming is done. These Vitricius. Because these Blorg with the tropical preference will definitely not like being here anymore. Or sorry, the Alpine preference, I guess. Tundra preference? Yeah, Tundra. Duh.
System survey complete.
That kind of caught me off guard when we got that event that happened with the Blorg mutations. How much left on the terraforming? Yeah, we can build another mining network in the meantime. Before all these tile blockers get cleared. There we go. We just had all of our spaceports finished their little upgrade thingamajiggers. So now we have battleship assembly yards, engineering bay, and fleet academy. I'm going to leave the last slot clear for now, but we'll also be able to swap out these orbital hydroponics farms and probably the solar panel networks as well, especially once we get a Dyson sphere online down the road. So what am I going to do for now? I don't want to build a boatload of battleships because that will really drain our minerals right now. 8 in about 1,500. So yeah, we'll run out of most, if not all, of our minerals. Let's just queue up a few cruisers. We'll do 4 more cruisers. There we go. That'll leave us more than enough to get our first megastructure site started. It's going to be a science nexus somewhere. Thank you. I have to run to get my son. You're good as always. Yep, no problem. Happy to help Jabez the Bold. I like talking about this stuff. Like I said, I try to cover something informational, like one topic. At least one in every single one of these little streams. Because these do get quite a few views on YouTube. So I figure, you know, when people don't want to just watch me play the game, it's like, well, you know, I'd like to learn something too. Then it's like, okay. Try this on for size.
System survey complete.
Did we lose that happiness modifier now?
Construction
Yep,
complete.
plus 10% minerals. That's all that's left. 15 days left. And the terraforming is complete. Beautiful. Like I said, eventually we're going to want to colonize that second planet in Razelgathi. There we go. It is now a tropical world. Beautiful. This one's still terraforming as well. It's going to be 14 days. Wow, that's quick. Mega engineering, yeah! Wow, we don't have any missiles, really. That's interesting. Let's get some missiles. This will give us access to torpedoes as well. There we go. Okay, so let's move this guy over here. Queue up that Paradise Dome, baby. And then we also need the mineral silo. So I'm going to put this pop down here on the mineral silo. And what else do we got? Bistramar Power. Construction queue done. We'll wait till the next pop shows up. Alright, so where do we put our first science nexus? I wonder. Let's get Galactic Wonders. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Our first science nexus. Maybe we should put it in Blorg. You know what? Right here in the middle of all these guys next to us are all our allies, so we could totally... Oh yeah, let's put it over here in Pleone, so that it's in the same system as Pleone Silence. We're short influence, damn it. That infrastructure projects edict is starting to come back to bite me in the ass. Alright, let's check out our people factions. So we have some factions that are a lot happier with this all of a sudden. Getting a lot more influence coming in now, which is good.
System survey complete.
Alright then. 4.26 per month. So we got pretty decent influence gain. We can change that though because edicts disabled that one. And how much longer for that Psi Shields? 33 months. That's not too bad. Let's see how much this shortens it. 27 months? Yeah, that's not worth it. So I'll just disable that. Could use the extra influence gain. I think I'm going to get standardized cruiser patterns because we do not have cruiser construction yards, surprisingly enough. And I would very much like those right now. Alright, there we go. 4.96 influence per month. So not too much longer. I think... How many minerals do we have? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and build 2 more battleships. Oh, no, not that one. Let's do it in Blorg. There we go. Should have done one around Bistramar Power, obviously, but that would require me being smart. Really need to get this mining colony online because our minerals, they're not terrible. They're not terrible, not even close. I feel that they are lacking. So I'm going to move this guy here. Definitely want to get a mining network down in that tile because it's making use of both adjacency bonuses. I apologize about the noise that happens when
Construction
I mute and unmute the mic. It's very annoying. You know, my one gripe about this game right now is that you don't see other empires. And I suppose this kind of makes sense because otherwise the AI would be able to drastically outpace like every human player ever. But the AI doesn't do things like megastructures. They don't do ascension paths. At least in my experience, they don't, which I think really sucks.
Construction complete.
This lucky bastard got a ruined ring world in his territory. He's actually, it looks like he's starting to repair it, as a matter of fact. Let's take a look.
Construction complete.
Can't tell. Alright. Let's get afterburners.
Construction complete.
There we go. We got massive food output now. Got another power plant going. About 45 minutes left in tonight's stream, and then I'll call her a night.
Construction complete.
So let's hope to... just going to focus on getting some stuff done here, because I'd like to really advance things here. I think I should go after the Ether Drake. That's what it feels like I should do. Oh, we're full on energy, so you know what that means. Curators. Tell us about the mysteries of the universe. Tell us about the dimensional horror. Tell us how to defeat it. Boom, 5,000 energy down the tube. And let's do another one. Tell us about the mysteries of the universe. Tell us about the dimensional horror. Oh, wait. We already did that one. We want the Ether Drake. Oh, the Automated Dreadnought, too. I totally forgot about that one. Tell us how to defeat it. Boop. And then we'll do the other one. Tell us about the mysteries of the universe. Tell us about the Ether Drake. Tell us how to defeat it. Boop. So we've got... Ah, man, it's not. We're not going to be able to get it in our territory. That sucks. If we were able to get this Dragon's Horde in our territory after defeating the Ether Drake, we have a pretty good we'd have a pretty good chance that after waiting long enough, we would also get Dragon Scale armor, which is the best armor for your ship in the game. So between Psi Shields and Dragon Scale armor, we have the best defensive components for our spaceships. That would be amazing. It would be the first time I've ever been able to do that in a game on Stellaris Console. You are one ugly motherfucker. What the hell are you?
Construction complete.
Who died? Ah, we lost a scientist. Don't know which one. I think it was one of the ones on standby after we swapped out these guys with the sentient AI assistant. This guy's old, 160 years. Holy crap. Alright, so where's the Automated Dreadnought? Way over here. Can we still get to it? Yes, we can. Okay, good. We don't want our guys to go over there just yet. I'm going to put them in orbit around Blorg, ready for upgrades once we get those Psi Shields. Let's get the advanced afterburners. Actually, you know what? No. Yeah, fuck it. We'll leave it. I was gonna change it to the upgraded armor, but never mind. Do we have another growing pop here? No. From our power, we want to upgrade that. There we go. Okay. Things are coming along nicely. Now we have the influence for a science nexus. Where are we gonna put this? Where are we gonna put this? Let's put it around this planet, which is not doing anything else. We got a structure around Blorg no longer in use. That is very, very, Very disheartening. Yeah, whatever. Can't move anybody off of a current structure, so we'll just leave it alone.
Research
Do I
complete.
not have the auto-curating vault anymore? It should be on Buford Power. Yeah, there it is. Okay. And the Ministry of Benevolence. Okay, so we're good there. Animal Vitality Crops. Okay, cool. Let's get nutrient replication.
Construction
Increase our
complete.
food output. From our power. Done construction. Okay. We can go ahead and upgrade all these hydroponics farms. This will really
System
crank up our
survey
food output.
complete.
Along with completing the technology that gives us that plus 15% bonus as well. And we've got Pleione foods as well.
System
I'm going to have to
survey
change one of these world... You know, maybe I'll just leave it. Maybe this huge growth speed bonus is actually a good thing. So I'll just leave it alone. I was just thinking to myself, like, maybe I should start converting one of these food planets into something else. But then I realized, you know what? We're getting a huge food bonus.
System
Or sorry,
survey
huge growth
complete.
speed bonus from all this food that we have. So, whatever. Okay, so now the reason why I want to get the Automated Dreadnought is before this guy's borders extend so far that we cannot get through this little system here. Like, we already can't go from here to here. But for now, we could go from here to here, where the Automated Dreadnought is. So I want to take it out. We got an election coming up, so let's see. Agenda: secure the borders. Ruling from Buford Power. What's this guy's cost? Increase energy credits. I don't really care for his stuff. I like this warlike bonus, though. Increased weapons damage and increased army damage. Not as important, but still nice. We don't have... Oh, crap. We don't have the influence. All right. We have elected Jacqueline Underwood, previously governor of Bistramar Power. All right. Public discourse ethics shift chance. That's actually pretty good. I like that. I need to get rid of this diplomacy with spiritualist empires, I think, whatever it is. Didn't realize I had rivals. Okay. Oh, we could join these guys' federation if we wanted to. We're going to break this migration treaty. Sorry, buddy.
Incoming transmission.
London Republic. Break this migration treaty.
Incoming transmission.
Well, they're asking us to do it again anyways. Alright, fine, whatever. How could you not have a migration treaty with such cute little creatures that make such a cute little noise? Alright, we almost have Psi Shields. Here we go!
Research complete.
Woo! Psi Shields. Yeah, baby. Here's advanced shields. Let's take a look. Large advanced shields. Shield hit points 280. Shield regen 6.6. So I think large regular shields is either 360 or like 400 or something. But we're getting Psi Shields. 600 shield hit points per large thingamajigger. That's pretty awesome. Let's go ahead and save that. Our shields just pretty much doubled, didn't they? Oh no, way more than doubled. Yeah. Just jumped from 360 to 1200. So yeah, it just went up by about 5 times. That's fantastic. Alright, cruisers. You also need some Psi Shields in your life. Here you go. Don't know why I have so much freaking armor on these guys, considering it's crappy right now, but whatever. There we go. And then you guys can also have some Psi Shields. I like it. How much shields do we have on our Corvettes? 300. So the small is 150, medium 300, large 600. Those are pretty strong shields. I like that. Okay, we're going to have to upgrade these guys as well, so that our current ships have all this stuff. So we need to change the weapons temporarily on our ships as well, because the what's it called? I'm totally blanking here. The Automated Dreadnought. Jeez. Oh man. Here's the problem though. Our disruptors are so much crappier. Well, we could just do all kinetics. Gauss cannons. Yeah, why don't we do that? We'll do all Gauss cannons. There we go. Because these have a slight bonus against shields. I like it. And then for this guy, we're going to slap on a Giga Cannon. Your large slot is a Kinetic Artillery. 2 Kinetic Artillery. Oop, not flak. Doi. We could actually do an Artillery Core for this. Just for this fight. Kinetic Artillery, Kinetic Artillery, Kinetic Artillery. Then we got 0-point reactors up the yin-yang. And then we'll do an Artillery Stern here as well. There we go. Psi Shields. Alright, we're looking good. Now, these guys, we could use Artillery Bow and Gunship Stern. We could, but you know what? I like the idea of way more guns. Oops, not Stormfire. What am I doing? Gauss Cannons, Gauss Cannons, Gauss Cannons. There we go. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the fleet. 30 ships are being upgraded.
System survey complete.
So 31.5k is our current military rating. A lot of that is because of the Shroud Avatar. I know that for a fact. Yeah, 18,000 is because of the Shroud Avatar. So more than half. But we're just going to see what we get when we upgrade our current ships. We have 6 battleships, 12 cruisers, 12 destroyers. Hopefully that's enough, along with the Shrouded Avatar. I wonder if the Shrouded Avatar could go toe-to-toe with the Automated Dreadnought. And, like, do a butt-ton of damage. That'd be amazing. How are we doing on our next traditions? I want that next Ascension perk to increase the speed of building our... there we go. 35.6k. Oh, okay. So that's a noticeable boost. I like it. Next, put this guy here because he's going to get bonuses from... Actually, let's move him here because this one's built. He'll get bonuses from both adjacent buildings, which is what we want. Then, of course, we're very close to getting the planetary capital, and when that happens, we can upgrade the temple. We'll get a hypercoms forum. We also get the Frontier Hospital, which also starts producing some unity for us. So yeah, things start really kicking up. Okay, I need the fleet to move. You guys need to engage the Automated Dreadnought sooner rather than later. They're set to aggressive, so they'll go at it. And we'll be able to watch the fight.
Construction complete.
What do we got? Upgrade that mining network, please. Thank you. Off they go.
System survey complete.
Here's hoping the psychotic biotics can take down the Automated Dreadnought. Once that's done, we're going to change it back to Tachyon Lances, Plasma, that kind of stuff. It's actually been a while since I've used Giga Cannons and Kinetic Artillery, I gotta admit. I do believe we're also going to need some armies, so... Technological enlightenment setback on Bakangi. Our advisors on Bakangi are having trouble working with the local inhabitants in their mission to bring them to a higher blah blah blah. Many of the Kemplar refuse to have anything to do with us, and even those among them who are most eager to learn look upon our scientists with suspicion and disgust. Add mission progress, minus 20%. That is crappy.
Complete.
Super crappy. Still going to take a bajillion years before that's done. Oh man, we got another guy here? Really? On Psionic Science. A guy on Psionic Science who is not really doing anything. That's unfortunate. Alright, well, we're going to slap you down right there, and then this next guy can go... Let's put him here. Put a mining network there. There we go. Okay. I just hope I don't lose our Psionic Avatar when we take on this Automated Dreadnought. That would really suck. Get the Automated Dreadnought, lose the Psionic Avatar. Alright, I'm just going to build a couple Blorg assault armies. Let's just get 3. I do believe it was armies that is needed to... Here we go. To board... Oh, look at that. The avatar's all purple now. That looks so cool. Boom, 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 boom. Look at him go.
System survey complete.
See, the last time we dealt with the Automated Dreadnought, I went... Oh, man, we're losing our cruisers like crazy. This is not looking so great.
Complete.
I went torpedoes. And those worked out very well. I probably should have gone arc emitters on the battleships. Yeah, we're losing a lot of our cruisers.
System survey.
But we're taking this thing down. Like, it's already half HP. I'm just not liking the cost of replacing all these cruisers. But unfortunately, we didn't have torpedoes, and I couldn't wait. There's too many technologies to go down to get torpedoes. I have to upgrade the missiles. I have to... Oh man, the battleships are dropping like flies. I think our Avatar can finish this thing off, though. We lost everything. It's only just now targeting the Avatar. Okay. Let's, oh, we still have a Spark of Genius guy. I feel a little strange. Why the hell haven't I been using him for anything? That's kind of stupid. Let's toss this guy in here. He needs to level up some. He's got a survey bonus from being psychic. The Avatar versus the Dreadnought. Dreadnought disable. Oh my god, we almost lost our Avatar. That ship will sail again under our flag. Now there's 2 big busted. Look at this.
Research complete.
Look at this. Our Avatar barely survived with 2,000 hit points left. Yeah, we almost lost everything in that fight against the Dreadnought. Unbelievable. It's amazing how strong that damn thing is when you don't have it. Alright, so we gotta figure out what we're doing here. Our Admiral leveled up. I was certain that they'd frickin' die in that fight because they were on one of those ships, but I guess not. Hyper Shields. Okay, so large Hyper Shields, 420 shield hit points. That's it. And our Psi Shields give us 600. So that's another 180. You're talking like over a third additional shields from the Psi Shields compared to Hyper Shields. That's pretty awesome. I am so ecstatic that we got those Hyper Shields. Alright, Borchi Foods, that's done. Let's contact the Shroud again, or see if we can, I should say. Yes, we can. Low probability of success. If successful, the energies of the Shroud will be channeled into a powerful boon that has a positive effect on our empire. Let's try it. Boon bestowed. The powerful energies of the Shroud have flooded into the communal psionic link that is shared between all Blorg. A collective knowledge base that is shared telepathically between our scientists has been established, which will greatly increase the efficiency of their work. Boon of the Shroud modifier added for 60 months, that's 5 years, giving the following effects: research speed plus 20%. That's pretty awesome. Alright, we gotta go to the situation log, repair the Dreadnought. Needs a construction ship in orbit. Alright, so we've got one in... This guy in Bistramar is going to go do it. There you go. It's probably going to take a while. Costs 10,000 engineering research. How much do we produce right now? 325. That's going to be a long time. Actually, maybe not. 30 months? That's not too bad. That's a few years. Okay, can this guy go get repaired? Yes. You need to go over here. Avatar, The Legend of Shroud, Season 2, Episode 6, The Avatar and the Dreadnought. We have to bring balance back to the galaxy! The 4 elements were supposed to be just that. 4. Sorry, I'll shut up. I'm still kind of miffed that we lost literally every ship. Oh, that sucked. That sucked so hard. I thought we were kind of more ready for it. I probably should have done like battleships with focused arc emitters and then strapped on a boatload of torpedoes. So we're going to do 6 assault armies and 6 psionic armies for the hell of it. Why not? I don't usually get anything outside of assault armies. But, you know, sometimes when it's available, it's okay. It's kind of fun to just be like, fuck it. Let's try it. Alright, so we do have protection racket now, but we don't have any tributaries, so that actually hasn't affected our... has not affected our economy. We are not taxing anybody for more stuff. Which kind of sucks, but that's alright. Don't need to build anything just yet. We don't have any pops on new tiles. Now what? Ah, this guy died. Crappy timing. Don't I have another scientist that's available? Yes, this guy. Okay. Assist research, please. Actually, go ahead and upgrade. There we go. Now I need you to assist research, please. Thank you very much. Alright, fully repaired. Just waiting for this guy's shields to come back. Well, they come back pretty good. 60 points of shields per day. That's not too bad. I really want to get that Automated Dreadnought because then we're just going to have our fleet for the next little while is going to be just the Automated Dreadnought and the Psionic Avatar. And it's going to be so cool to get these guys up and running and send them into battle leading the charge against the Ether Drake and the Dimensional Horror. This thing looks royally fucked up. Like, look how badly damaged it is. That's repairable? Could have fooled me. Thankfully, this guy's borders don't seem to be extending to the west, so we can still get through in the Ukalan system. Speaking of which, where is that construction ship that's supposed to be over here doing this? Jesus. Why is this taking you so long? Let's take a look at your design. That's probably why. Alright, go get upgraded really quick. You were taking way too long. Oh, I should upgrade these guys with Psi Shields as well. What am I doing? Moby, you dumb. Alright, once this guy's done with the lab thingy, you're going to go get upgraded, and you are going to go upgrade right now. Why are you going way over there to do it? What is wrong with you? No, don't do it there. Don't go to Blorg to do it. There we go. Okay. Jeez.
Ships upgraded.
Really, really dumb AI pathing sometimes.
Ships upgraded.
Alright. Are you ready to actually get your move on? You better be.
Research complete.
Nutrient replication. Beautiful. I like it. Let's get morphogenetic field mastery. This will give us the Xenocavalry army add-on, which is actually pretty good. It adds plus 10% army damage and plus 15% army health. What do we got? Bashpat Mining is missing a guy. Oh, that's brilliant. On the plus side, I can upgrade Rasselgethi Mines' thingamajigger now. Finally. Let's keep you down there. This guy, mining network.
Construction complete.
What do we got? Mr. Mar Power. Upgrade that again. Okay, I think it's time to start thinking about colonizing that second planet in Rasselgethi. And name it the Rasselgethi Gulag, where there is more mining to be done.
Construction complete.
There we go. Mining Network 2, and then we'll do the planetary capital. I'm amazed I still have infrastructure projects active. It's very interesting.
Complete.
Do I have to consecrate, or sorry, I should say reconsecrate any worlds? I wonder. Doesn't look like it so far. Kind of interesting. Okay, we're done there. And then what's the other one? Bistramar Power. We gotta wait for the next pop. So we're cool. Right on. We're laughing. A 20-tile Tundra world. What do we got here? 16-tile Tundra world. That is a lot of tile blockers. City ruins? So there was a civilization here at one point. Huh. Finishes in 27 months. Oh boy. Yep. Can we do an edict? Did that do anything? It shaved off a few months, but yeah, we'll take it. What's the name of this guy's ship? Too cool. There's only about 15 minutes left, so here's hoping that the next 2 in-game years finishes before that's up. Because it'd be really nice to get that Dreadnought.
System survey complete.
Once this is done, first things we're going to do is upgrade to the Hypercoms Forum. Then we're going to get the Hollow Temple, because those two will give us the biggest boosts in Unity production. Then we're going to get the Frontier Hospital, which will also give us a little bit of Unity. And then we will upgrade the Mineral Processing Plant.
System survey complete. Situation log updated.
Oh. Juven Mandate made a protectorate out of Awoken. Okay. Communications established. After successfully translating their language, we have established communications with the Awoken. Interesting. Chief Pre-Center Unit HK-48 and the rest of the Religious Council bid you greetings. We provide spiritual guidance to the Awoken, and our stated goal is to lead this great nation on a path to salvation. Do not cross this path. We may live in friendship. So somebody revived those robots. I can't remember if we did or not. But somebody revived these robots. So cool. Robot Pop Species 2. Encountered Mufrid. Alright. Can we breach the shroud again? Oh, probably not. Boon of the Shroud. Oh yeah, we got a while before we can go there again.
System survey complete.
There we go. Alright. Hypercoms. Hollow Temple. Frontier Hospital. Mineral Processing Plant. There we go. Then we'll do the mining network on this tile with that growing pop. Start seeing things take off here now. That's good. There's the Awoken way over here. Awaken, 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 awaken. Take the land that must be taken. Sorry. Got some interesting things being located. Oh, 12-tile Tundra world. The two worlds in here aren't too bad. What was that, a 16-tile and a 20-tile? Not a bad system. 22-tile tomb world. Huh. No modifiers. Hyper shields. Done. Cool. Let's get tachyon sensors because this increases the tracking for our ships. We can also get sentient combat simulations. Let's get tachyon sensors first. And morphogenetic field mastery is done. Ooh, Gaia creation. That'd be pretty sweet. Yeah, I think we're going to do Gaia creation. It's going to be a while, but that's okay. Really need to get that science nexus online because I'm starting to fall a little bit behind the curve in terms of science production, in my opinion. It's taking longer than I'd like for some of these projects. Also need to re-equip our ships. Or sorry, I should say redesign. We don't need to re-equip them. We don't have any ships to re-equip. Because they all died. The future is ours. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We don't have anywhere near enough minerals to upgrade that just yet. What a shame. That's what I was worried was going to happen.
Ships upgraded.
Surprise. Alright, let's see. Curator Insight and Patron of the Arts both expire in about 2 years each. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to the Zero Corps. We're just going to do this a few times, not much. There we go. That's more than enough. Oh, we can actually do it a fair bit more. Let's do it 2 more times just to be safe. Yeah, we're still lacking quite a lot. But on the plus side, our economy is improving. It's jumped up from the low 100s, I believe. We were at like 130 at the start of this episode, and now we're all the way up to 223 per month. So, not bad. Improvements are improvements. You're still growing. Let's move you off. Get lost. And we'll build this mining network. I'm not worried about building the mining network here just yet because this pop still hasn't fully grown either. Still 26 months for the next tradition. 8 months and then we have the Dreadnought. Beautiful. How are these guys superior when they have inferior fleet power technology? Yeah, okay, whatever. Five months remaining. What do we got? What else can we do? I don't know. Could upgrade all these other mining networks. Not just yet, though. Do we have a new pop on Bistromar Power? Not yet. This guy's almost done. A little less than 10 months, I suppose. How quickly is this guy growing anyways? 2.11! Wow, awesome. I like it.
System survey complete.
Got to start saving up minerals to build the first section of the Science Nexus. What else can I do? There's something on the tip of my brain right now, and I'm like, I can do this and it will improve things. But I can't remember what it is to save my life. Hello, Xenomorph Army. These guys are quite strong. Jeez.
Special project complete.
Oh, yeah. We have the Dreadnought, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go take a look at it in just a second. $5K, that's it. Sure seemed a lot stronger when you were shooting my ships. But, you know, whatever. Alright, this is the second time that we've gotten the Dreadnought. Pretty cool. Alright, time for you to return to Blorg. Boop. How much maintenance does this thing cost? Apparently 0. Okay, we can get our construction chick back as well.
System survey complete.
So between the Dreadnought and the Psionic Avatar, that's about 30,000 shields to get through. And how much hull is that? 15,000. You got about 20,000 total hull points and 30,000 total shields. That's insane. Pretty cool, though. Pretty cool. Wow. 3-point defense, 2 disruptors, whole boatload of plasma. Interesting. Okay. 2 things of regenerative hull tissue. Okay. Right on. Likey. Seven months left for tachyon sensors. Substance abuser? What the hell's your problem? Why are you abusing substances? Please don't do that. That's bad. There we go. Dreadnought, Dreadnought. So we have Shrouded Avatar, Avatar, and Dreadnought, Dreadnought. And they're going to link up in just a sec here. These guys are overwhelming compared to us just because of their naval capacity. Whatever you say, dude.
Complete.
And there they are. The newest best of friends, the Avatar and the Dreadnought. And then everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. 3,000 for the curator services now. Okay, that's fine.
System survey complete.
All right, only got about 2 minutes left, so I just want to make sure that. Okay, let's move this guy up here. Queue up the next power plant. And Razzlegathing Mines. You are still building a boatload of mining networks. Inactive buildings on Blorg. Again. No problem. Alright, that guy. You can go here. Let's queue up a mining network for you as well. Somebody died again. Whoop. I don't think I have a spare scientist, so we'll have to get another one. Another one with sentient AI assistant. That's awesome. We're going to keep you handy. You will be useful when one of our current scientists dies. Neutronium extraction, so we can finally get neutronium armor. Beautiful, I like it. Dark matter drawing would be extremely useful right now too. Oh man, we got good options. I don't know what to get. I don't know what to get. Let's get the neutronium. Really need to work on ship's armor. Star charts? No, screw you. You can't handle the charts. This from our power. Queue this up. Can we get... No, we can only get about another 2,000 minerals. Well, that would be enough for a little bit. We could start the next... We could start building the first section of the Science Nexus before calling it an evening.
Research complete.
Borchi Foods now has an inactive building. I like it. Not. Alright, let's do fusion missiles.
System survey complete.
Now, do we have the means? Before I take off, I'm going to change all my ship designs. I want them to be up to date with what I want them to be. For fighting the next batch of Leviathans, the Ether Drake and the Dimensional Horror. We're going to go for the Ether Drake first because it's not in our territory, so want to make sure we get the stab at it and not some other jerk off. Okay, construction complete on Mr. Power. Get going. Alright, now let's do our cruisers. This would be an easy one. Just swap everything back to plasma. There we go. Okay, destroyers. Same thing. There we go. Just gotta double check that we have tachyon sensors on everything. So this is why the Fleet Academy is actually really, really good with your ships, because your sensors increase tracking by, look, 90%. Let's take a look at the battleship. So we've got our Tachyon Lance, 85% accuracy, plus another 3 chance to hit, so 30% accuracy, I guess, plus another 3 tracking. So we got like plus 12 tracking, so like 120% tracking. And that reduces the evasion of a Corvette from 75% down to like 0. So it's pretty awesome. Let's see. Every vassal increases their naval. Okay, Bistramar power. Upgrade again. What did we finish? Fusion missiles. Alright, cool. There we go. Space torpedoes. That's kind of what I wanted a while ago. Alright, and with that, I think it's safe to say good night. Next episode, going to start colonizing this second planet in Razalgathi. A nice 21-tile mineral world is what it will become. So let's go ahead and save the game. Pretty quiet stream tonight, but I do appreciate everybody coming by. I saw a bunch of you, Matt Morals. I know Tex, you were here. You were a little talkative. Jabez the Bold again. Thanks for coming by. We also had Morgan Freeman come in and Gooseman. And if there's anybody that I missed, just let me know. And those of you watching on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. This has been Mobius Y playing Stellaris Console Edition. Subscribe to the channel for more Stellaris Console Edition content. Don't forget to check out the links in the description below. You've got my Twitter handle, which is a great way to keep in touch with me, and I'll post important information, like if I have to postpone or cancel a stream there. Also, my Twitch channel, which I streamed this off of. I'd love it if you guys come by and watch me play live. It'd be really cool to interact with you during these play sessions. And lastly, the link to my own personal Discord channel, just my own quiet corner of the internet. We've got close to 80 members now, so come on by. Most of them came from watching my Stellaris console content, so you can talk to them about the game, or even set up multiplayer with other players, because we have people from both Xbox and PS4. Again, thanks very much, everybody. This is Mobius Y signing off. Enjoy the rest of the week. We'll be back Friday to start a new multiplayer mashup.